On November 11th, 2011, a 21-year-old man named Ortega Hernandez went with a gun to assassinate the President of the United States because he believed the American government was secretly controlling people through GPS, fluoride, and an artificial sweetener called aspartame. On the evening of the 11th, he parked his car directly in front of the White House. Then he used his rifle and started firing directly at the White House. The question is, what happened after that? Was the president or anyone in the White House harmed? This is the White House. It is the official residence of the President of the United States, considered one of the most powerful people in the world. From the outside, the building looks like any ordinary government building. But you would be shocked to know how secure this place actually is. The biggest reason is that it is not only the president's residence, but also a symbol of American governmental power. But there was a time when this powerful place had almost no security. In 1842, British writer Charles Dickens visited Washington, D.C. for the first time to meet the president. But when he arrived at the White House, nobody was there to receive him. He knocked on the door and eventually opened it himself and walked inside. However, today, the White House security is completely different. So, I am Rahul Shupno here with you, and today we will talk about the security of the White House. So, let's begin. And if you are new to this channel, make sure to subscribe, and I would request you all to leave a like as well. On June 4th, 2023, a private plane entered the no-fly zone over Washington, D.C., the capital of the United States. Immediately, 6 F-16 fighter jets surrounded the aircraft in midair. They repeatedly issued warnings, because any plane entering within a 35-mile radius of the White House requires special permission, and that plane did not have such permission. There were 4 passengers inside the plane at that time, but despite repeated warnings, there was no response from the aircraft. After some time, the plane crossed Washington, D.C. and entered Virginia, and there, the plane eventually crashed. At first, many people thought another incident like 9/11 was about to happen, and this time, the target was the White House. But later investigations revealed that the cabin pressure of the plane had suddenly dropped. As a result, the pilot and all passengers inside became unconscious. But just think, a plane had entered the White House no-fly zone for only a few moments, and within only 12 minutes, 6 F-16 fighter jets arrived there. That shows just how high-level the security system is. When talking about White House security today, the first thing that comes up is the Secret Service Counter-Assault Team. They are commonly known as KT. The Secret Service in America was established in 1865. However, the reason for starting the service was different. At that time, this team was created to catch counterfeit money in America, because during that period, nearly 1/3 of all currency circulating in America was fake. At that time, the protection of the American president wasn't under this team. In 1865, then President Abraham Lincoln was assassinated. But even after that, there was no strong, separate security system for the president for many years. In 1901, President William McKinley was assassinated. After that, White House security was completely transformed. The U.S. government realized that guards alone could not protect the president. A complete security layer was necessary to keep the president safe. The very first layer of this security system is people. The United States Secret Service. White House security does not only mean the people walking beside the president. There are many different groups involved, and each group has a different responsibility. Among them, the most visible group is the Secret Service Uniform Division. They guard the gates and patrol around the fences. They patrol the grounds and operate checkpoints. Yes, you guessed it right. I am talking about the guards in black and white uniforms that we see around the White House. Getting a job in this unit is extremely difficult. First, they go through physical fitness tests, then mental examinations. After that, their family background, finances, and foreign travel history are all carefully investigated. Then the training begins. Their training lasts for nearly 29 weeks. They are trained to identify threats in crowds, make decisions within seconds, and control situations without firing shots. Only after passing all these stages can someone join the Secret Service. But the most dangerous team among them is the counter-sniper team. You can often spot them on the roof of the White House. They mainly patrol with rifles. To even qualify for this team, you must accurately hit a target from 3,000 feet away. And this test must be repeated every single month. Many people think they are stationed there only to shoot. But no, their primary job is not firing weapons. In fact, none of them have ever fired shots around the White House so far. Their real job is not pulling the trigger. Their job is to observe. From the roof of the White House, snipers monitor the entire 18-acre area. Who is walking suspiciously? Who keeps staring repeatedly? Who is talking strangely on the phone? They are the first ones to detect all these unusual behaviors. They carry rifles, because that is their last option. Their first option is intelligence and observation. No, the White House security does not end here. This is only the beginning. If you look carefully, you will notice that there are no concrete walls around the White House. Instead, there are iron fences. Through them, the White House can clearly be seen from outside. But the question is, why are there no concrete walls for security? This is where an unusual principle of the American government comes in. They believe ordinary people have the complete right to see the White House. So if concrete walls were built, people would not be able to see it from outside. And let me tell you, nearly 6,000 people visit to see the White House every day. That is why iron fences are used instead of concrete walls. But another important factor is that concrete can crack under strong impact. This increases security risks significantly. However, the metal fences used here can absorb pressure. Also, these fences make the White House look more aesthetic. Previously, these fences were 6 feet 6 inches tall. But in September 2014, a man suddenly jumped over the fence and entered the premises. He even managed to get close to the president's residence door within moments. After that, major changes were made to the fence. Instead of 6 feet 6 inches, new pillars nearly 13 feet high were installed. This upgrade cost around $64 million. Although these pillars look ordinary, they contain pressure sensors inside, meaning even if someone merely touches the pillar, the sensors will activate. Crossing this fence brings you to the next security feature. The open area you see in front of the White House. At first glance, it seems easy to run across it, but that is not the case. This area is equipped with infrared sensors. Beneath the lawn you see, there are pressure monitoring sensors installed. The moment someone steps onto the lawn after crossing the fence, the pressure monitoring system underneath detects it instantly. And the most interesting part is that this pressure monitoring system does not work alone. All these systems are interconnected. If one system detects an alert, another system verifies it. This is extremely important to reduce false alarms. At night, this system becomes even more powerful. The infrared sensors can detect the heat signature of the human body. Even if trees move, the system understands that it is wind, not a human. And if it is a person, alarms immediately go off. Now let's talk about the windows. The White House has a total of 132 rooms. Large windows are installed so that natural light can enter every room. Even when the president works in his office, he sits right beside these windows. As a result, these windows are an extremely important part of security. Before 2011, nobody truly knew how powerful these windows were. In 2011, a 21-year-old man named Ortega Fernandez fired shots at the White House. He fired a total of 8 rounds. Some of those bullets hit the White House windows. But every one of these windows is bulletproof. These are laminated ballistic glass windows. They are designed with multiple protective layers. making them extremely difficult to break. And the most important thing is the frame of the glass. These frames are directly attached to the structure of the building, meaning even if someone attacks with missiles or rockets, these windows are designed to remain intact. The same applies to the doors as well. The doors are heavily reinforced, equipped with multi-lock systems, and built with blast-resistant designs. Now let's move on to the roof. In 2020, a massive protest was taking place in front of the White House. During that time, journalists captured something on camera that shocked everyone. They saw snipers constantly patrolling the White House roof. Officially, these details are not publicly discussed, but it is known that advanced surveillance equipment is installed there, including long-range optics, communication relays, and counter-sniper capabilities. Additionally, there is a no-fly zone extending 15 nautical miles around the White House. No aircraft is allowed to enter that airspace. If any flying object accidentally enters the zone, authorities immediately contact the pilot, and if the pilot does not respond, fighter jets arrive within 5 minutes. According to some reports, the White House roof also has Avenger air defense systems. These systems can destroy missiles or drones in midair. However, there are additional security measures designed to make the White House drone-proof. In fact, an incident in 2015 changed the entire system. One night, a small hobby drone suddenly crashed onto the White House lawn. The drone was not carrying anything harmful, but it raised a serious question. What if that drone had been carrying explosives? From that point on, Washington, D.C.'s airspace became one of the most restricted airspaces in the world. RF scanners, drone detection systems, and signal jammers are all actively used there. The White House also reportedly operates its own drones that remain active in the air. If an unidentified aircraft enters the area, those drones can be deployed to intercept it. There is another aspect of White House security that is often underrated. That is the security dogs. They are known as guard dogs. These are not ordinary pet dogs. These Belgian Malinois dogs can run at speeds of up to 30 miles per hour. They can jump over 6-foot fences. They undergo approximately 20 weeks of training. If someone enters restricted areas of the White House, these dogs can be deployed immediately. They can easily detect explosives by scent. They can recognize aggressive behavior. They can read human body language. At night, their senses become even more effective than those of humans. Once these dogs engage a suspect, escaping them is extremely difficult. But perhaps the most important security feature is the bunker beneath the White House. The exact location of this bunker is not publicly known. It is often said that the impact of even the most powerful nuclear weapons can penetrate deep underground. It is believed that a special bunker for the president was built to withstand extreme scenarios. This bunker first gained public attention during the 9/11 attacks, when President George W. Bush was reported to be overseeing events from a secure location. It is often described as a bunker designed to withstand a nuclear attack. Inside are advanced communication systems. So whenever a situation arises where the president is at the White House and the building comes under attack, the president can be moved into the bunker within minutes, and the president remains there until the situation above is brought under control. But the most important factor is psychology. The White House is secured in such a way that many people are intimidated before even attempting an attack. Guards are visible at the front. Snipers are positioned on the roof. There are multiple visible layers of security. For this reason, the White House is not simply a powerful building. It is one of the most experienced and highly secured locations in the world. So, how did you like today's video? Would you like to see more videos like this? Let me know in the comments section. I explained what might happen if the White House were attacked. But have you ever wondered why defeating the United States in war is considered so difficult? Watch this video to learn more about that topic in detail. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like. Tell me in the comments whether you'd like more videos like this. And if you're new to the channel, Don't forget to subscribe. See you in the next video. Until then, stay safe and stay healthy. And I was Rahul Shupno with you.